guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to do my current full coverage foundation routine. Most of you have been asking me, Malv, how do you get that flawless foundation? Like, how are you looking so glowy all the time? I get tons of emails for my foundation routine, so I thought why not update you guys. And yeah, I've been using a lot of cream products. I changed it up a bit. I love that my skin looks really fresh, really glowy, lots of highlighter, full coverage. So if you're here for a very no makeup look, this is not the video for you yet. I will be making a no makeup look video. For today's video I'm going to do this look, so basically full coverage glam. So if you want to see how I got this, then please continue watching. So the first thing I do is moisturize my skin, right? So I pick either the MAC moisture cream, which I've spoken about already. This is amazing. It's the MAC Studio Moisture Cream, or I go in with the Garnier Wrinkle Lift Anti-Aging Cream. I love this cream, guys. You know it already. I'm already down one more tub. So what I'm gonna do is just put that all over my face. So you want to make sure you're hydrating your skin properly, okay? Taking care of your skin is very important if you want a flawless foundation routine. You cannot just go in with a foundation. You need to take care of your skin properly. And I get this question a lot, like, if I'm oily skin, do I still need to moisturize? Hell yeah, you need to moisturize, okay? Obviously go in with a moisturizer of your skin type, like whatever suits your skin type. So next step, we're gonna move on to primer. Now I'm using the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. This has been one of my favorite primers. So I just put this around my nose and over here a little bit, so it sort of smoothens the area out. Now PAC has an amazing primer as well. This is the PAC Pore Primer Flawless Finish Primer. This is also amazing. Okay, so the one thing I learned over time is that not to apply too much powder on your face. Yeah, if you're an oily skin type, it's a whole other story. But as you're growing up, like as I was growing up, I realized that the lesser powder I put on my face, the more youthful my skin looked. But having said that, it's important to set your face with a little bit of powder. Now, don't get confused. It's very simple to remember. You don't want to pack on powder on your entire face, okay? Because the more you do that, the more dry and shriveled your skin looks. Like it sort of wrinkles up. It emphasizes your textures, emphasizes your creases, and we want to avoid that at all costs. So now what works for my skin, I'm going to tell you. So after I do my primer and everything, I'm going to move on to some illuminating products. Recently I've been using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is in Moonstone, and if you can't find that, then Maybelline also has an illuminating sort of cream that you put underneath your foundation. Or we have the MAC Strobe cream. This is also a beautiful alternative to the Becca one if you can't find the Becca one. Okay, so I took the Becca illuminating cream, just one pump. So can you see my skin now, how illuminating and youthful it looks? So the more you add hydrating and illuminating products on your skin, the more youthful it looks, and your skin looks absolutely radiant and beautiful. So make sure you're applying some sort of illuminating cream, either mixed in with your foundation or just below, like underneath your foundation. Okay, now I have a little bit on my hand. I'm gonna mix that in with my foundation, okay? But moving on to foundation, I'm gonna take the Makeup Revolution stick right here. I love this stuff. This is in the shade F8. It's what I've been doing lately, and this foundation stick is beautiful, guys. It is so good. Now I'm going to blend this foundation out with some Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. What a foundation. It is full coverage. It is really a matte foundation, so I'm not going to apply too much, just like one pump. So I have my illuminating cream here. I'm just going to apply one tiny little pump. And I'm just going to take my nameless brush. You can just take any foundation brush that you have, or your beauty sponge, and just sort of start blending it into your skin. I hate putting foundation on my neck. I just don't know why. I just like, it's so gross. But I'm just going to take it a little bit down. Just a little bit. I'm just going to take my beauty sponge and just make sure everything is nicely blended. I highly recommend you buying some sort of sponge. It could be anything, even those regular, you get it I think from Vega or something. You get those sponge, you really want to buy that, and just use a damp sponge to sort of press the foundation onto your skin, you know, into your skin. Okay, so quickly moving on to concealer to cover these bad boys. I'm gonna take the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This has been my go-to concealer for like a year now. Okay, I'm just gonna start by applying very, very little. And then if I want, I will go in with more, but I'm just gonna go really lightly. That's it. Now you can see my concealer is a little bit on the warmish side. It's a little bit on the orange tint. It's darker than my foundation, but I've mentioned this before. I use two concealers. One is to cover my darkness and the other one is to brighten, which I'm going to use in a bit. So this is to cover my darkness. So I'm taking the PAC 272 brush, one of my favorite concealer brushes. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm gonna move on to brightening up my under eye. This is the same routine I've been using for like a year now. I'm gonna take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Sand Sable. I'm just gonna start with very little first, okay? Just gonna take my concealer brush and start pushing the product in. Now you can see how it automatically brightened my under eye. Now that's the kind of look I personally love to do. So I'm going to take whatever I have on my concealer brush and I'm just going to start covering my darkness on top of my eyelid. Okay, that is my base. Now we're going to move on to setting the center part of my face. Now especially you want to make sure you're setting your under eye. So I usually take, and I have been using the Patrick's powder. I got this in PR and it's not available guys at the moment, but it will be available and I will let you guys know when. So I have been using this for a while now. It's become a part of my routine. It's sort of that peachy tint and it's just a beautiful, undetectable, lightweight, flawless powder. But you can also use the Makeup Revolution banana powder. This is their luxury powder. Also a phenomenal powder in case you're looking for like a drugstore purchase. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit for a couple of minutes and then I'm just going to move on to setting the rest of my face. I'm taking the MAC Studio Fix compact powder. This is in NC35. I'm going to pick up the brush. This is the PAC Face S1 brush. It looks something like this. So tap 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 just a little bit and you can see mostly I'm setting the center part of my face. I'm not touching the perimeters of my face as of now. Moving on to contouring, I have started using cream contour. Like, who am I? I used to use only powder products, but I've moved on to more illuminating, more hydrating products. So this is the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. I love this stuff. Contour is gorgeous. It melts in the skin. It blends so beautifully. You'll see how. Okay, I apply very little first and then I take my PAC Face S1 brush. They're all called S1. I don't know why, but it is like this. Okay, it's a very, it's a nicely dense brush and I'm just going to start blending the cream contour out. You'll see how beautifully it just melts into the skin. Okay, so for my eyebrows, I'm going to take the MAC pencil. This is their eyebrow pencil in Spiked. Okay, once this is done, I'm gonna move on to setting my contour. The cream contour that I put, you can't just leave it like that because if you're going out for the entire day, you're gonna brush shoulders, you're gonna hug people, it's going to transfer. So you wanna make sure you're putting some sort of powder product on top of your cream or liquid product. You can use the Milani bronzer. This is in 04 Glow. This is a beautiful baked bronzer, stunning. I'm gonna be using this one today. Okay, I'm going to take my stippling brush. This is the PAC 306 brush and I'm just going to start buffing whatever I put on my face with a very light hand. Okay, moving on to nose contour. I'm going to take the Maybelline Master Contour. I love this stuff. This is in the shade light to medium. Very, very, very good, affordable. Well, a little bit expensive, but you get a highlight, blush and a contour. I think this is perfect for beginners. So I'm just going to take this contour. I've been loving the shade of this. I'm taking this on my PAC Face S1 brush. Why is everything called S1? But it looks something like this. It literally fits my nose. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna use my favorite blushes of all time. This is the Milani Baked blush. I have been loving this, you guys know it. My favorite has been Berry Amore and Luminoso, a little bit of Luminoso. So I'm going to take Luminoso today. I'm taking that on my Pro Art 176F brush. This is like an angle brush, my blush brush. And how I wear my blushes is I just put it here. I take it really close to the nose. That's how I like my blushes to look. I really take it up close here and I blend it with my contour and also do the draping method. You take the blush up to your contour, like this is the draping method, and I think it just ties the whole look together, you know. So for this, either you can take your bronzer, the same one, and you can just run that on your crease. What I have been using is the Patrick Starr's Gold Getter palette. I have an alternative here. This is the PAC eyeshadow palette. It's like this warm eyeshadow palette. Gorgeous palette, guys, for beginners. This is the NYX number 17 brush. Any sort of big, fluffy blending brush will do. Okay, now moving on to mascara, I'm taking the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, one of my favorites. Okay, so I have 3-4 highlighters that I pack on the daily. Like, that's just who I am, and if you're not that person, please forgive me and don't come at me, because that's just who I am. I love packing on highlighter. I use the MAC Soft and Gentle. This is one of the highlighters I like to throw on. It's like my everyday highlighter. Then I've got the Makeup Revolution and Soph palette. What a palette, guys. And this has been my recent favorite highlighter. This is the Milani Rose Glow Stellar Lights highlighter palette. Oh my god, if you are a highlighter junkie like me, if you pack on highlighter, this is going to be your next best friend. Stunning. Oh my god, I can just like, I put this on with my, I just throw this on in my purse wherever I go, and if I feel I need a little shine, I just put this on with my finger. Oh my god, can you see? It's beautiful. And then we have the ColourPop Luster Dust in Strobe Glow. This is one other highlighter. It's a powder highlighter. I've spoken about this before. It is beautiful for inner corner and brow bone. This is the NYX number 8 brush. It is nice and fluffy. It's a duo fiber brush. You want to make sure you're starting very light and then you want to build up. So what I do is I also go above my brow bone. Now what this does is it gives you an automatic brow lift. Like, it just brings attention to this part of your brow, so it gives you like that really nice lift to your face and looks beautiful. Okay, for my lips, I'm gonna take the Trendsetter lip liner by Huda Beauty. Okay, to set my entire face, I'm going to take the PAC Micro Finish Makeup Fixer by PAC Cosmetics, and let's throw on some spritzes. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. This is my current full coverage foundation routine. I have been doing this for months now and I absolutely love it. I love the cream products. I love everything that's happening on my face. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Oh yeah, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Okay, bye.